Ooh. Oh, my knee. What's that about? Welcome in, everybody. I'm just connecting with these crystals that I picked out. Make sure you're carrying around or keeping on you black tourmaline, obsidian, any kind of grounding, tiger's eye, smoky quartz. There's a lot of cosmic energy, and it's a time to really pay attention to what you're eating, if it's going to be beneficial, if it's coming from Mother Earth to help you ground. If you watched my video before this, I was like floating. I was getting so much that it was overwhelming. But I was also allowing it to come in because I was in awe. Like, so somebody could be feeling this way, or you're about to. So today is the 3rd of April, timeless reading, but 4/4 portal is tomorrow. So maybe something's going to happen on the 4/4. You could be seeing 4/4 a lot, 4/4/4. I know the other day, what was it? April 2nd. Okay, so this is yesterday at 11:14. I had noticed significant placements. Again, I'm not going to be able to explain to you because it was in my mind and it's an intuitive guidance, but it was at 4 degrees on both access points within the natal chart. This was just a view of the sky and the cosmic energies. I don't usually do this, but I was guided to, and I've done it now 3 days in a row. And there's something, I'm supposed to be aware of, working towards, so that I'm shown something. And again, it's very, I didn't even realize the 4/4 portal was coming up. And it's funny because I usually remember those portals so that I can utilize them. But the thing is like, I was picking up on the energy before, way before. So I feel like this was kind of like a caution or a warning from spirit, like, hey, this is coming in quick. And also, I actually had a transit that is also in my natal chart with Mercury and Uranus. So I had just a lot of air. It was a very potent time for air energy, okay? A lot of wind. Maybe you've been experiencing a lot of wind, gusts of wind in your area. Utilize that. It is an elemental. You can give thanks and just close your eyes and allow the breeze to blow away anything that's stuck and stagnant. Just imagine something being blown away or cracked off you, whatever it is, and then give thanks. It's very simple, being in the moment and realizing you can utilize the elements that are all around you, okay? I feel like somebody has or is about to purchase a very high vibrational crystal, which is really going to help you. It'll help bring clarity. I just received a danburite. Very beautiful. It has rainbows within it, the prism. And sometimes it's there and then you can turn it. There's like something gray or dark, and then you turn it and it goes clear. It's very interesting. I won't read the whole thing, but you can look up. Danburite helps with a couple lower chakras, but mainly the 8th chakra and above. I think all the way to the 14th chakra. So this is a very accessing the higher realms, the angelic realms. This is very close, helps with access to those higher angles of light within those dimensions, so that you're able to pull it down and work with the energy, whether you're drawing, you're writing, however it is that you're getting it out, so that you're able to examine it at a later time to start putting the pieces together. This takes consistency and effort to constantly document what you're being guided to, and trusting, like, you don't understand it probably at that moment. Sometimes you do. Other times you're just being led by this pull because it feels good, because you feel like this is what you're supposed to be doing, even if you don't understand it, because eventually all the pieces get fall into place and you understand why you are doing it, because there are no mistakes. Spirit doesn't make mistakes, especially for who I'm talking to, because you're accessing a higher realm of love. So we have higher love here. I just heard Whitney Houston's Higher Love. Maybe you're listening to that. Very high vibrational song. I'm surprised I didn't think of that earlier. Your DNA is going through an upgrade at this time. Oh, that's funny. I see 6 circles here. And it's funny because in this tantric Dakini Hinduism, I actually, with this next card I'll be explaining, I rolled the 6, finding out where this card, what energy center on the tree of life it was indicating for you. And 6 came up, which is right in the middle. It's the heart. It's the heart. Okay, so, yeesh. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep going with the flow. Allowing humility to take place without any judgment, because you're rewarded through this humility. You know, for example, yesterday I treated myself and I went and got my favorite sushi. It's only open for like 2.5 hours at a specific time, and I never leave anything on the plate. I eat everything. And as I was watching out the window, these birds, and there was a bug that was like on its back and it couldn't get up. And it was, I could feel the energy from it, if I'm being completely honest. And there was a thought that when I go out and I walk past it, I should flip it over. Well, I got to my car when I left and I realized I forgot. But I remembered in that moment. So it was my choice. Did I just brush it off and just get in my car and go? Or am I going to honor what I said I was going to do? Humility. You know, there's tons of people outside at other stores eating outside. And I was about to walk back to where I just came from, but to flip over a bug, right? This is the humility I'm talking about. Past versions of us would be like, oh my God, people are gonna think you're crazy. Our mind talks us out of it. So, but if we follow that, if we honor that, we're sending signals and symbols to the universe that we are open, and we will show humility and do what we're asked, obey, you know, to ourselves. We're obeying ourselves, a version of ourselves that's trying to guide us to a higher love, a higher consciousness. And I went over there. Turns out the bug was missing a leg. So I did flip him over a couple times, and I realized, like, there was nothing that I could do. There was, you know, it wasn't my job to fix this little cricket's leg. I did what I could, and it was time for me to move on. I honored what I consciously said I would do. So I was proud of myself for doing that. And I'm like, okay, I did what I could. So maybe there's a message in that for somebody, like knowing when it's time to walk away, knowing when you have offered what, you know, you were guided, or you felt like helping somebody or sticking around these people, or whatever the situation is. It's almost like a gambler, knowing when to walk away, okay? And conserve your energy and know where it's, but still honoring that, right? Not brushing it off. Excuse me, because it opens portals for higher love. And this goes with April energies. I would invoke these energies during April. Is green, and again, this fell on the heart chakra. So there's a lot of heart healing, heart work that's going on. There's healing, there's renewal, connecting to nature. Archangel Raphael, and if you don't correlate with the archangels, they're just angles of light. So you can just work with green. Like, it's all about green right now, nature and the heart. So, also with Aries, there's so many planets in Aries right now, Aries and Pisces. So there is a theme Mm. Courage, leadership, taking action, new beginnings. So in April, the sun spends much of April in Aries, ruled by Mars. This brings a strong divine masculine energy, urging action, drive, and initiation. Um, Archangel Michael could be very significant, or you're just working with blue. Blue is very significant, or maybe green and blue, mixing them together, making teal, aqua kind of color. Um, Also, Sekhmet, the lioness warrior, and mythical heroes. Yeah, Perseus and King David. So maybe you've been seeing Perseus. Maybe you learned about Perseus saving Andromeda from the sea monster, and he loved her. Her mom was vain, declared that they were the most beautiful, and Poseidon had, to listen to the nymphs who would complain, like, oh my gosh, like, they need to be humbled. And so he followed through. So Poseidon, Neptune energy, again, all these stories correlate with astrology and the cosmos and the planets that are moving. So let's get back to Ostera, which we just passed, Persephone, Flora, rebirth, fertility, growth, emergence, transformation from dark to light. So that's like the alchemization of things that we considered bad, dark, parts of ourselves that we wanted to hide, bringing it to the light, bringing it into awareness and not repressing it and saying, oh, I don't want to think about that, or let me distract myself and think about something else. It's like, no, you're examining those things, you're looking at it closely so that you can change it internally, which then reflects out externally from you, depending on what it is that you're working on. Yeah, there's a return of like life. Yeah, creativity, literal or symbolic. There's a renewal energy. So Persephone and Flora and Austera, this is a good time for divine feminine energy workings. Again, the dark bringing it to the light. We have a lot, there's a lot of repressed feminine energy, and you could be working with that and healing that with whatever's being shown to you, not identifying it as personal, just like, oh, wow, what is this situation? Let me examine it. Is this from, the collective unconscious? Is this within the earth grid, of Gaia? And you're being asked, like, hey, you have this ability, you have this power. We would like for you to look at this, not claim it as you, or that it's specifically about you, but look at it from a higher perspective, that higher love, like, and realize, like, oh, wow, I just need to identify the story, the pattern, what happened, and what, would have been a better choice, a better option, and that will heal that. Gaia, by the way. Elemental beings, fairies, nature spirits, earth guardians. So joy, nature connection, grounding, lighthearted energy. So you could be really talking to the birds or connecting with trees, hugging them, maybe picking up on a more heightened sensitivity to all forms of life. Everything. The veil thins between us and the elemental world during seasonal changes. As flowers bloom and the earth awakens, so does their presence. Ooh, I felt that. Call on them for playfulness, connection to plants and animals, and guidance and rituals using earth-based tools. Yeah. Okay, we also have Thoth, Hermes, Mercury, messenger, and activator of higher wisdom. Yeah. That's funny. I found out about the messenger particle, which is the photons that we open our that we take in from the sun, and it activates certain parts of us, and they literally call it the messenger particle. I thought that was just so cool. Things are hidden in plain sight, guys. So let's take note and start making these connections. Your themes for Thoth and Hermes and Mercury is writing, channeling, divine communication, and quick movement. Why in April? With Mercury often going retrograde in spring, sometimes in April, this archetype becomes more active as a guide through mental shifts and miscommunications. Yes, so that's why I like double checking kind of everything, making sure you're not assuming anything, always getting clarification during these times. But even if there is a miscommunication, it can cause mental shifts because you're like, oh, wow, now I can see how this correlates and how this showed up externally for me, because we might have brushed it off internally. So writing, communications, those seeking clarity or alignment in thought and speech. Number 6, the phoenix, the alchemical archetypes of rebirth through fire. So you could have just rose from the ashes, or had another experience of the phoenix energy of going from death and rebirth. Transformation, shadow transmutation, and spiritual rebirth. Yeah, so you're working on identifying things that are in your unconscious and bringing them to the light. It's bringing the dark to the light, to become whole. It's the yin and the yang. All right, this fiery, action-packed energy of Aries season often brings moments of breakdown or breakthrough. The phoenix reminds you that you're being reborn, not destroyed. Yeah, it is a very intense experience. Stay prayed up. Mantras, speaking intentions into your water, out into the air, calling in, just because you have free will, and every day is a new day, because technically we die every night and then we're reborn every day, because you're not the same person as you were yesterday. So that's why every single day these things need to be reiterated, so that it is just programmed into you. Programmed into you. All right, where are we at? 1646. Holy moly. Okay, let me move on. So with this Tantric Dakini Oracle, with self-created, you're the lotus. You're coming up and you're blossoming. You see those hands right there in the middle. Putting your hands together, praying, just connecting with your own energy. All right. 2 hands shown as emerging from the center of this lotus, with joined palms upward, cradling and exhibiting a naked flame of pink and blue. The flame represents original creativity within the petals of self-made spiritual enfoldment, symbolized by the lotus. The lake is the ground of all becoming. The leaves represent the multiple possibilities and manifestations on the surface of reality. The drops of dew are as wisdom drops, the higher distillation of the psyche. Ooh, distillation. Alchemical process. In the Tantric tradition, there was once a great teacher known as Padmasambhava, meaning self-created from the lotus, who was a second Buddha. He transmitted the Tantric teachings to Tibet from India. This card invokes a powerful memory of mystic strength leading to spiritual unfoldment. Again, with the higher love, the self-created. All right, here's the divinatory meaning. I can't even say that. Self-reliance. All creativity can be found within the self, manifested as a seed which can become a blossom. The heart can produce from within itself everything needed for realizing one's goals. This is a very favorable card, suggesting great inner resources and the power of faith over material ambition in the process of self-realization and in bringing ideals into the world. It is in particular a heart card. Yeah, a heart card. A location therein on the tree of life would indicate a magnitude of spiritual development, okay? I'm not going to say the other locations, but it's a symbol of the triumph of love and its power in the spiritual realms. Triumph of love. Higher love. This higher love is triumphing and it's blossoming from within you. And you are radiant. It's a ripple. It's a ripple. You see these other little, oh my God, look. They came up and they blossomed. We can do that too. Right? Because we're not in the ego. It's not like, oh, I'm better than you and like, look how high. No, it's about embodying that higher love and letting it just ooze out of you. A lot of the times you don't even have to talk, as long as you're feeling it in here and not claiming or attaching the low vibrational energies that you might be picking up on. Sometimes they just want to be identified, and then it's almost like you're cataloging it for the spirits and the unseen, and then they trust you. You know, you have this calling over your life where your judgment is actually taken into account. And it's not judgment, it's your take on the situation because you work from higher love, because you work with these energies from a high vibrational state. And if others take this as like, oh, you're just trying, trying to be better than us, blah, 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 that is on them because that's how they're perceiving it. Because you're not working from an ego, okay? And it's like, you're just fully embodying who you are. And spirit is like, you represent me in this realm. You know, vulnerability, humility, honesty, transparency, all that has gotten you to this position. So continue being that. And if people are upset or uncomfortable about it, those are indications and triggers that they need to deal with. It is not your problem. You do not need to be apologizing because you've done nothing wrong but speak the truth and show compassion and love. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Oh, that's cool. Burning bush, Lenny. Look at all the freaking spectrums. Yo, money order HEB. Okay. Look at this. Don't look at my nails. I know I need to get them done. Fake nails make my nails really brittle, so. Do you see that rainbow though? Your lineage wants you to know that you're fully supported. Wow, I see very high vibrational angles of light. Again, archangels. It's just light. They're just colors. They're just frequencies coming in. Wow, that's really cool. Okay. Elixir. You could be experiencing some kind of like elixir within yourself. You are the elixir once you obtain this state, or remember this state. So what are they in right now, Spirit? What archetype role are they in at this very moment? Number 7, very spiritual number, also the crown chakra. You're an angel. I have goosebumps everywhere. Every part of my body, and it kind of hurts. Helping with no expectation of return. That is working from a higher state of consciousness. That's just it. People that are working through filters of trauma or lower vibrational energies, jealousy, power struggles, and all this other thing, they're trying to figure out what they're going to get out of it, okay? But that's not who you are, right? But we still show compassion because we were there at one point, whether it was this lifetime or another lifetime. We don't compare first graders with sixth graders, okay? We're just at different parts of it. That's why we help each other. But when you come from a higher frequency, when you're this divine being, this incarnation of the energies that you were born with that produce the attributes of the divine, you are the mirror. And when it's not how you operate, and spirit knows your heart and knows you. Again, angelic realm. Get a Danburite. Danburite. There's a really good seller on Amazon. You're very loving and very nurturing. You're a messenger of the divine, and spirit wants you to stand in that knowing. Do not be ashamed of that or be worried about others doubting it, because it is who you are. Eventually they will get to that realization once they do the work and they become more aware and are open to it. But it's not your job to make them. You're just supposed to stand in, because this is who you are. You are a divine light being. You have emerged. You are this beautiful blossoming flower. Pink flowers could be really significant for you, or keep an eye out for pink flowers. Oh wow, 7-11 could be significant because we have 11 and 7. Wow. I'm telling you, believe in yourself. Just, I know it can be really difficult because other energies, you know, especially with your sensitivity. That's why keeping these crystals to help, every little bit helps. Like, I never thought I'd be at this point where I would be talking this way, but I can't deny the truth and what I've been shown and what I've experienced. It's just not possible for me. Yeah. All right. What are they stepping into? Whoa. You're about to be stepping into living your very best life. There's going to be a huge sense of wonder. Divine scavenger hunt. It was 2555. Change. 4389. So you're going to be translating. I have secretary here. You're going to be translating information to help educate people and teach them, but from a high vibrational place. So it's not like, oh, I know more than you, like I'm going to teach you this. It's like knowing the opportune times to share that information. Being very discerning and knowing when somebody, like, how are they talking? What are they asking? Don't just be like, oh, did you know about chakras, blah, 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 to somebody that you barely even know. Like, read the room. Like, it's not like you need to teach and educate every single person, but the right people will be put on your path, and it's your job to be like, is this going to be a waste of my energy? You know, am I going to go down that rabbit hole with this person? Because it's not meant for everybody, okay? Oh, crap, I got to do the yo-yo thing. Okay. I also see you being more organized, quick-witted, and gathering info. Scriber, you could be journaling a lot, analyzing your information, and detail-oriented. Yeah. Whoever you are, you're like, this is going to cause your energy, your field of vibration to put off that you are mentally and emotionally attractive. So, I don't even know how to explain that, Spirit. You still need to protect your energy and don't let it go to your head, because yeah, actually it says physically, mentally, and emotionally attractive. Yeah, because you're going to be putting off that aura of like, wow, I'm in a sense of wonder, I'm loving life, and I'm learning, and this and that, and it's moss to the flame. So you're going to get both sides of the spectrum attracted to you. Zombie. Ooh, 100. Yeah, don't allow fear to predict your future outcomes. If there's any fears and worries, they need to be addressed. Why do I have this fear? Why does this scare me? Because energy is being siphoned to it. And in order to pour that energy back into yourself and accumulate it so that you can have these deep experiences and use the energy for yourself when you need it. Oh gosh, okay. It's like taking in all of this information and finally being able to get it out in a way, a more digestible way is what I'm getting. Maybe something's going on with somebody's digestive system. Oh, that's right, I did want to do that, didn't I? Sure. Also, I'm just going to mention this. If you have any allergies or nasal congestion, this assists also with the immune system and open and directs the breath to the head and the sinuses. You can say, I sense and open to perfect balance and breath. This is correlated to the third eye. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring your index finger in, and then you're just going to touch your middle finger. Oh my God, it looks like an animal. Like shadow puppets, you know, on the wall. So by doing this on both hands, thumb to the middle finger, it opens up certain parts of your body to relieve nasal allergies, anything like that. And it's funny because I don't have allergies, but since I moved to a new location 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, somebody said that you can develop them. And I was like, what? And so I know that when this came out, I was like, whoa, thank you. Because if you sit right now, and I mean, this actually works. Mudras and hand signs are for a reason. They help activate certain parts of our brain. Like, this is our body, our vessel is actually a remote. Like, we can utilize it in ways that our society believes is woo-woo or evil. And, you know, they want to instill these feelings in us when it's actually, oh my gosh, we have been so blessed with this beautiful vessel that can do the most extraordinary things that we're only just now tapping into thank you. So breath, 30 could be significant. Brahmara Mudra. And it assists with ease, boundaries, and your immunity of your body. So I just felt guided to mention that. Now, from the Wild Soul Oracle, 31. I gotta do it, guys, when I'm guided. A message from your angels encouraging you to trust your inner wisdom, embrace opportunities for growth, and move forward with faith as you are entering a time of good luck, positivity, and abundance. What did I say? You're stepping into the best era of your life. Yeah, this is a lot of encouragement and faith. Wow. Trust yourself. Especially if you've already experienced an awakening, trust yourself. And when those weird feelings do come up, identify if they're yours or not, okay? I could feel that was about to go down a rabbit hole. I have to go get the money order for my son's yo-yo. So, balance, right? Taking care of responsibilities, but having balance in all areas, not neglecting your family, those you love and care about. You know, when my son comes in and asks me to go do something, I find that as divine intervention. Oh, you want to go do that? Okay, I'll put this down. I want him to know that he is important to me. But I also have to set boundaries with him. You know, when he hears me doing a video and he's home, he wants the attention to be on him. So nurturing, yeah. The hen. The cock and the hen. Cockatiel? Cockatiel? All right. We have the hen. Ooh, 3333 on the timer. You could be seeing a lot of threes. All right, let's find out. Intuition, the seal. Yeah. Your intuition is being nurtured at this time by the higher realms and by you acknowledging them, calling them in, identifying, you know, this is me, I love me, I'm healing. Yeah, okay. Did I read that wrong? 67, yeah. Oh, okay. The hen, a symbol of motherhood and nurturing, represents the care and protection of what is precious. What did I just say? Hens are known for their devotion to their chicks, so paying attention and being devoted to your child, often sacrificing their own comfort for the safety and well-being of their young. This card calls you to nurture those around you, including yourself. So again, setting boundaries. If you have children, if you have other people, you know, that you love and you take care of and you nurture, you need to have boundaries too. They need to know that you need you time, right? Mommy needs mommy time. Daddy needs daddy time, so that I can show up the best possible way for you, and explain that to them. because then they have a deeper understanding. Like, I know whenever I'm able to find the right simple words for my 6-year-old to digest, even, throughout the years. It's funny, like, how when he was younger, he fully understood when I would explain, like, oh, grandma makes me so frustrated. Does she ever do that to you? And he was just like, oh, yeah. And he just, because I was like, oh, I'm not upset at you. I had to explain, like, because he was looking at me like, what the hell? And I was like, I'm sorry, like, you're safe. Everything's fine. Mommy just gets really frustrated. And that was the time, before I had cut all ties and realized that it was not serving me. And Spirit literally, let me move you since you made that decision. So really paying attention and finding the right words and just that presence with them, letting them know, like, you have my full attention because I love and I care for you, and I'm here to help nurture you. That is our role as parents. So it's time to nurture yourself and others. Show care, love, and patience in your interactions, and you will see growth and warmth in return. So again, not being like, oh, let me word vomit and tell you, like, even though sometimes that's how we feel. It's like we know so much and we can see how others could improve the situations that they're in, but sometimes they just need presence. Honestly, sometimes they just need somebody that's non-judgmental, that emanates love, to hear them, be present with them. And sometimes just doing that, they hear themselves and become aware of something that they didn't know before. Also, make sure you're not smothering or over-nurturing though. Who or what needs your nurturing right now? Are you neglecting your own self-care? How can you create a balanced approach to nurturing? Yeah. What do you need to feel good? Do you need to go take some time to take care of your nails, your body? Because when we are actually doing that, that's when we get a lot of downloads. Also creating new neural pathways within your brain by using the opposite hand. Maybe you brush your teeth with your right hand. Try doing it with your left hand for the next week. Make a note, put it up on your counter. And this actually creates new neural pathways. If you're guided to take a different route home than you usually do, you're like, oh my God, I never take this route. Go with it. If you just flow with it and don't overthink it, you're going to see some beautiful, divine, magical miracles, whatever you want to label it. All right, I have this other animal deck. Animals have really been coming through, so I was guided to definitely buy a couple animal spirit decks. I feel like whoever I'm talking to, like when you see mistreatment of animals, it hurts you so deep. Like you feel it in your body. That's a message, okay? You're very connected to Gaia. I didn't know it was originally with an E. Any other spirit? Unicorn. Wow. Ooh, and there's the dragon. Oh, both mythical. Most of these are animals. Leopards, ladybugs, hyenas. There's a sprite. Puma. There's not many like you. You're very mythical. You're a unicorn and a dragon. 2312 could be very significant for you. Maybe you are a dragon, Chinese zodiac sign. Believe in the magic and purity of the heart. Again, with the heart. We rolled the heart. Even that card was talking about the heart. Higher love comes in through the portal of the heart. Nurturing comes from the heart. Wow. Find inner strength and transformation. I feel like your belief in magic and the purity of your own heart, knowing that you are this unicorn, and the way the dragon was hidden, it's almost like, technically, superficially, you could take this as like the white and the dark, right? The dragon. Like, which one would you rather ride? I mean, don't ask me that because I would say both. Like, Dude, I'm down. So Pegasus could be very significant for somebody, Hercules as well, or no. Um, oh my gosh, don't brain fart on me now. Perseus, like I said earlier with Andromeda. Um, you feel knowing this within yourself and allowing this the belief in magic and your purity of heart is going to lead to this hidden inner strength and transformation within yourself with this dragon energy. You could be working or calling in dragon energy. I know personally I did a ceremony not too long ago for the Pegasus constellation. And technically, for some people, you know, April 1st is considered New Year's, which would be the beginning of the snake. Dragon, snake. Da-na-na. Okay. Sure, why not? Unicorns are legendary creatures often associated with magic and enchantment. When we receive the message of the unicorn, we're invited to believe in the power of magic in our lives. It encourages us to maintain an open spirit and to be receptive to the wonders and miracles that can happen around us. This allows us to recognize and appreciate the beauty and mystery of the world around us. Yeah, symbols of purity and innocence. Unicorns are also symbols of hope and faith in the power of good. When we receive the message of the unicorn, we're encouraged to believe in our dreams and to keep hope alive for the future. It invites us to cultivate a positive outlook on life and to believe in the transformative power of love and kindness. This allows us to overcome obstacles and pursue our goals with determination and confidence. In summary, when we receive the message of the unicorn, we're invited to believe in the magic and the purity of the heart. It encourages us to keep hope and faith alive in our dreams and to cultivate the purity and innocence of our soul. This allows us to live a fuller and more meaningful life where we feel in harmony with ourselves and with the world around us. Yeah, somebody is really about to be very, or this is what you're experiencing right now, and this is just confirmation. You're just very in sync and in tune with yourself, which means you're very in tune and in sync with your outer world, and you're able to pick up on when things need nurturing, believing in the magic, and not having to know every single thing at that moment. That is having faith and trust and believing in yourself, which is a belief in the divine. When you believe in yourself, you're believing in our creator, because you are a attribute of the divine. You are your own fractal. Okay, the dragon is often considered a guardian of ancestral wisdom and knowledge. Its long life and experience make it a symbol of wisdom and intelligence. When you receive the message of the dragon, it might be a call to seek knowledge and understanding of the world around you. It encourages you to learn from past mistakes, to draw lessons from your experiences, and to grow in wisdom and awareness. Exactly. When you go over your life experiences and recognizing patterns or things that maybe you labeled as a mistake or you regretted, take a closer look, because there's magic that is being held there. And when we go back and we review our life, when we know thyself, it gives us a better understanding of our environment. Yeah, the world around, that's what it said. It might be a call to seek knowledge and understanding of the world around you. So with that hidden behind the unicorn, it's like believing in the magic and the faith and the belief in yourself and showing compassion and working from the heart is unlocking this like ancestral, like deeper intelligence and knowledge that you hold within you. Like this dragon energy. Oh, yes, I love that spirit. Okay, so the dragon that's within you, that is what's been hidden. There's been a hidden power, a hidden strength within you. And by cultivating this unicorn energy, this hidden, dragon energy is going to be revealed with some kind of deep ancient knowledge, because they can see that you can process this because of how empathetic and full of unconditional love you are, and you bring to other situations instead of judgment. The dragon is also associated with transformation and rebirth. Many cultures see the dragon as a symbol of rebirth and regeneration, as its ability to shapeshift makes it an icon of inner and outer transformation. Again, the inner and outer. When you receive the message of the dragon, it might be an invitation to embrace the transformative power of change. It encourages you to let go of old habits and limiting thought patterns, to evolve and grow through life experiences, and to embrace your ability to emerge stronger and wiser than before. Yeah. This heart chakra, this higher love, rolling with this open heart, but also being discerning and aware of the energies around you, but not labeling them, not attaching to them, just being aware of them and mentally like, oh, I identify that, but it would be better if, but again, it's almost automatic for you. But it's from a compassionate, loving place. It's not judgment. It's not like, oh, I need to fix it. You're just internally making a note of what the energy is the imprint it's giving you, and how like, I didn't really like the way that went. It didn't make me feel that good. That is you just processing the energy and being aware of how it made you feel, and that you didn't really like it, and that it should be something higher, and there could have been a better way. And just by you going through that process consciously, you're sending those codes to the universe so that it's like, oh wow, they were aware of that. Let's, especially from this abundant power, because you're so tapped in that you actually help create worlds. That was pretty potent energy, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna pull one from Sailing the Stream of Consciousness, the River. This is a very abstract deck. He also wrote the other archetypes deck. I don't know, I pulled it over here for some reason. I didn't really feel like it went with this read, but that's how spirit is. I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna go with it, because I love being wowed, and yeah, and I'm getting more comfortable with it. Are you? All right. What do we have? Let's get one to wrap this up. Well, thank you. Oh my gosh. Again, shells. Seashells. 22 could be significant. We also have 11. Starfish. This is the engineer card, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. The engineer. Shells in the streets. Engineer. Oh man. I remember this is the engineer card. I just don't exactly remember. And I should. It's okay. It's okay, Angel. Shells fill the streets. The screws are unwinding, and the floorboards seeping light. Yeah. Light is seeping through, guys. Oh, my nose. Okay. Light is seeping through. Wait. The screws are unwinding, and the floorboards seeping light. Ooh, the underworld. Light. Okay, floorboards. Pipes clank and mechanics whisper the sound of the sea, while the sirens call from jagged rocks. The chamber cannot be trusted. Soon it will fill with sparrows and mice, and the engineer will come to readjust the spaces between the various parts. Okay, spaces between the various parts. There's parts that are in place right now, and it's like you're able to see them and see the gaps. And it's like you're able to fill those gaps with some kind of higher knowledge, this dragon energy, and you do it from a compassionate place, from a magical place within yourself, because you're nurturing and you're high vibrational. You're self-created. You're an angel. Like, who are you? Let's be friends. Wow. This took a lot of work. I'm getting goosebumps everywhere. You guys, it's not that you're a fixer. Sound of the ocean. You're in touch with your subconscious. You're in touch with the divine feminine. You're communicating with the dark and calling out any unhealed pieces so that they can be brought to the surface, and you can see the working parts and fill in the gaps and see what is missing that will make it whole and complete because of the way that you're working, the way that you're moving, the way that you're viewing yourself and the world is changing worlds. Yeah. Okay, this was some very high vibrational potent energy, and I am going to go ground myself. It was beautiful. Thank you for sharing this beautiful energy with me, and I hope you guys are believing in yourself. Continue to believe in yourself and remain humble and check those egos, you know, because it does like to pop up sometimes, and we have to ask ourselves, where's our motivation? What is the motivation for this? What am I expecting to get from this? And find out if it's working from an ego spot, and then feed and nurture, you know, give some nurturing energy to that ego. Be aware of it. Be like, no, I'm not hating you. I'm not trying to push you out or repress you. I can see that you have wants and needs. We can stroke our egos in a very healthy, dignified way. Not what I would have used, but yeah. I'm gonna leave it. All right. I love you. The universe loves you. Everything's working out for your best and your highest good, guys. And until next time.